differentiability. So here in our previous class we have detailed study about the continuity of a function. Now we'll study the when a function is differentiable. Now see here, first one, definition. A function, or let us say a real valued function, a real valued function y is equal to fx is said to be differentiable. Differentiable at x is equal to c if limit x tend to h tend to 0 f of c plus h minus f of c by h exist and is unique. Exist and is unique. If this limit exists and is unique, then it is differentiable function. Its value of this limit is called the derivative, and its derivative is denoted by f dash of c, or we may also write it as dy by dx at the point x is equal to c. That is the definition of a given function, and the value of this limit, if it exists, is called the derivative of the function fx. That is the meaning here, and this definition is at particular point c, which is in the domain of D, with the domain of f. Now there can be a general definition. Let us write it. That valued function y is equal to fx is differentiable if the limit h tends to 0 f of x plus h minus f of x divided by h exists and is unique. Its value or its derivative is denoted by f dash x, or it is dy by dx. That is the general definition of the derivative function. We have one more definition, that is called the elaborated definition, as it was there in the continuity also. We have the elaborated definition of the differentiability, that is left hand derivative and right hand derivative must be equal and same. So let us write down that is the elaborated, that is we write the third one. That is, here we write a function y is equal to fx is said to be differentiable if the left hand derivative and right hand derivative exists and equal. Exists and equal. So that is what is the left hand derivative? Left hand derivative is denoted by LHD. It is given by it is limit it is x tend to c from the negative side. F of it is c minus h. That is, or h tends to 0, let us write here. H tends to 0 minus f of c divided by minus h. And right hand derivative, that is given by it is limit it is from the negative side, it is from the positive side. F of c plus h minus it is f of c by it is plus h. If this limit, both the limit exist and are equal, then the function is differentiable at given point or at given domain. Left hand derivative. Left hand derivative must be equal to the right hand derivative. Then its value is equal to, then it is equal to, it is given by it is dy by dx. That is the fundamental formulas of the differentiation. We have studied it already. Now as a first year we have studied in the first year. Now will solve the one important theorem. That is, the theorem is that if a function is differentiable, then it is continuous. That is a very important theorem. Let us take this here. The theorem. If a function f is differentiable at a point C, then it is continuous. At x is equal to c. In other words, if a function is differentiable, it will be continuous. Or also we can say that every differentiable function is continuous. So let us prove it. Now proof for this. Look here. Proof. Here we suppose let f be differentiable at x is equal to c. By the formula of difference, therefore f dash c will be equal to limit x tend to it is c f of x minus f of c divided by it is x minus c is equal to it is e of dash c. That is the definition of differentiability. Now we have to prove that fx is continuous. So for continuous, it is equation 1. Now to prove it, consider we can write f of x minus f of c is equal to f of x minus f of c. There is no matter in this here. Both are same. Now what we do is, to the right hand side, we divide it by x minus c and multiply by x minus c. Then we apply limit x tend to c. Applying limit both the side, fx minus f of c is equal to limit it is x tend to c of it is f of c f of x minus f of c divided by x minus c into it is limit it is x tend to c it is x minus c. Now you see here, this is from equation 1, that this value is given by f dash c. If you apply to the limit, c minus c will become it is 0. That is equal to 0. Therefore we can write here it is limit x tend to c f of x minus f of c is equal to 0. Because If your x tend to c, x is already c, therefore there is no need of limit here. Take to that side. That is limit x tend to c of fx is equal to f of c. This is nothing but the definition of continuity of the function. Therefore, if a function is differentiable, it is continuous. Therefore, f is continuous at x is equal to 2. We prove that the converse of the theorem is not true. That means, what is the converse? If a function is, this theorem was that if a function is differentiable, it must be continuous. But if a function is continuous, it may not be differentiable. That we have to prove. So we write, converse of the theorem is not true. Converse of the above theorem is not true. Is not true. We prove by a counter example. Consider fx is equal to mod x. Is not true. Now fx which is continuous. Which is continuous function. Continuous at x is equal to 0. We have proved it already. Now we show that it is, even though it is continuous at, but it is not differentiable. Now for that, let us take here, we know the definition of this mod x is that the value of the mod x is minus x if it is x is less than 0, plus x if x is greater than 0. Therefore, we write left hand derivative. Left hand derivative is given by it is h tends to 0, f of it is 0 minus h, f of 0 divided by minus h. Now you see here, limit h tends to 0, it is f of 0 minus h. 0 minus h means here it is minus of, it is minus h, 0 minus h. Minus f of 0 is equal to, it is 0, by it is minus h. Minus into minus is plus. So we get it is equal to, here it is, h get cancelled, minus plus 1 by minus 1, that is minus 1. That is left hand derivative. Right hand derivative, let us check up. Right hand derivative is given by limit h tends to 0, f of 0 plus h minus f of 0 divided by plus h. That is limit h tends to 0, 0 plus h. 0 plus h means it is greater than 0. That is, we directly write f of 0 is of course 0 by h get cancelled. The answer is plus 1. You can see the value of the left hand side is minus 1 and the value of the right hand side is plus 1. They are not equal. Therefore, left hand derivative is not equal to right hand derivative. Therefore, mod x is not differentiable. Even though it is continuous, but it is not differentiable. We proved our assumption that our claim that the converse above theorem is not true. A function is continuous, it may not be differentiable. It may be differentiable also. There are many functions which are continuous as well as differentiable. But we get example of mod x in which it is, we have shown that it is left hand derivative and right hand derivative are not same, it is not differentiable. Even that the function, prove that the function fx is equal to, it is fx is equal to mod of x minus 1, where x belongs to R. is not differentiable, is not differentiable at x is equal to 1. Now first let us define the mod minus 1. So we have it is mod of x minus 1 is equal to it is minus of x minus 1. If, or we can write it as 1 minus x if x is less than 0, less than or equal to 0. It is equal to 0, it is x minus 1 if it is x is greater than 0. This is the definition. Now let us take the left hand derivative. Left hand derivative of this fx, it is h tend to 0, it is f of 1 minus h minus it is f of 1 divided by it is minus h. That is left hand derivative. Now let us take that this is limit h tends to 0 f of 1 minus h, that is 1 minus it is x is equal to 1 minus h. It is f of 1 is equal to, so if you substitute 1 it will be 0 here, 0 by it is minus h. Or we can write limit h tends to 0 1 minus 1 plus h by it is minus h. This get cancelled, it is minus 1 is the value of left hand derivative. Now let us check up for right hand derivative. Right hand derivative. Right hand derivative is given by limit it is h tends to 0 f of 1 plus h minus f of 1 divided by it is plus h. That is equal to here limit h tends to 0, it is f of 1 plus h. This is admissible now. It is 1 plus h minus 1 here minus it is f of 1 is 0 here and divided by it is plus h. Minus 1 plus 1 get cancelled, h cancel here, the answer is plus 1. Again you can see left hand derivative is equal to minus 1, right hand derivative is equal to plus 1. They are not same. Therefore left hand derivative is not equal to right hand derivative. Therefore mod of x minus 1 is not differentiable. Not differentiable, don't have its derivative. Not differentiable at x is equal to 1, which proves the given problem. Prove that the given function the greatest integer function fx is equal to this greatest integer function x, where 0 is less than x is less than 3, is not differentiable. Not differentiable at x is equal to 1, comma x is equal to 2. Now first let us prove for x is equal to 1. So we know the greatest integer function and integral value he is asking. So here now left hand derivative, this fx is equal to that, left hand derivative let us take. That is limit h tend to 0 f of it is at x is equal to 1 we are writing it is 1 minus h minus f of 1 divided by it is minus h. That is the left hand derivative. Now see here limit h tends to 0, it is f of 1 minus h means greatest integer function 1 minus h. and here f of 1, you know, that is equal to 1 here. The greatest integer function is already 1 is integer, its value will be 1 only by minus h. Now you see here it is limit h tends to 0, 1 minus h. We know h is a very small fraction, and we subtract 1 from this, it will get fractional part, its value will become it is 0. Because the integer less than 1 will be 0. It is minus 1 by it is minus h. That is equal to, here it is 1 by h, and 1 by h is not defined. It is not defined, it is infinity. Not defined. Now what about the right hand derivative? Let us check out. Right hand derivative, that is limit, it is h tends to 0, f of 1 plus h by it is f of 1 divided by plus h. That is equal to, here limit h tends to 0, f of that is 1 plus h minus f of 1 divided by h. Now you see here limit h tends to 0. What can be the value of 1 plus h? We are adding a small quantity 1, 1.1, 1.2 like that. So it will be 1 only. 1 minus 1 by h. Again it is 0. That is equal to 0. Therefore, left hand derivative is not equal to it is right hand derivative. Therefore, it is not differentiable at x is equal to 1. At x is equal to. Now we have proved this for our problem. Direct also we can quote one thing here, the above theorem. That is, by the above theorem you see here, we know the greatest integral function is not continuous at the integral value. Therefore, when a function is not continuous, it is not differentiable. Directly we can write that also. Similarly, we can prove for x is equal to 2 with the same argument. After that, let us recall some of in the algebra of derivatives. Let us recall the formulas and some of the problems which we already done in the first year. Now we will recall it one by one. First one is the formula. Formula, that is, here it is. First, sum or difference, that is, if y is equal to u plus or minus v, where u and v are differentiable functions, then their derivative is given by, it is dy by dx is equal to, it is du by dx. If it is plus, it is plus, or if it is minus, we should take it minus. It is dv by, it is dx. The same we can write it as, or we may also write u plus v, where dash denote derivative. That is equal to, it is derivative of u plus or minus derivative of v. Both, whichever formula you are used, you can use it. Here, so now second one is the product rule. Product rule. Product rule is that if y is equal to u into v, where u and v are functions of x, then dy by dx is given by, it is first function as it is, derivative of the second plus second function as it is, derivative of the first. It is called product rule. Sometimes we can write like this also, that is, it is u into differentiation of u into v, dash is for differentiation, is given by first function as it is, derivative of second plus second function as it is, derivative of first. That is called the product rule. Now one more rule we have, that is called the quotient rule, which is take it up. Rule, that is called quotient rule. quotient rule. That is, if y is equal to u by v, where u and v are functions of x, functions of x, then it is dy by dx is given by it is v square, v here, du by it is dx minus it is u as the differentiation of denominator. Same we can write it as that is u divided by v dash derivative given by that is v square, v derivative of u minus u derivative of v. This rule is called as the quotient. Discuss about the formulas and let us write down the list of formulas of the derivative which we are studied in the first year. That is, first you see here it is differentiation of x raised to n with respect to x, d by dx of x raised to n, that is given by n x raised to n minus. Now this is the general formula. Now we have second differentiation of it is x with respect to x is it is 1 here. Derivative of it is 1 by x, that is equal to minus 1 by x square, and derivative of it is root x, that is equal to 1 by 2 root x. Actually these three, formula number 2, 3 are the particular case of formula 1. Put n is equal to 1, you get this one. Put n is equal to minus 1, you get this value. And n is equal to 1 by 2, this is the value. But because they are oftenly used, we treat them as some separate formula. Then we have the derivative of it is e raised to x, that is equal to e raised to x. And here it is derivative of it is a raised to x, that is a raised to x into log x, that is the differentiation of a raised to x. Then we have the it is 7, it is differentiation of log x with respect to x is given by x, where x should not be 0. 8. Derivative of sin x, that is equal to cos x. Derivative of cos x, that is equal to it is minus sin x. And derivative of it is tan x, that is given by it is sec square x. And derivative of it is cot x, that is minus cosec square x. And then we have the it is derivative of sec x, that is sec x tan x. Then we have derivative of cosec x, that is minus cosec x cot x. Derivative of k, where k is some constant, is equal to 0. And here it is where k is constant. And derivative of k into fx, that is equal to k into f dash x. This shows that when constant appear independently, then its derivative will be 0. When constant appear with a product with any function, then the constant should be kept as it is and function should be differentiated. We have these formulas, and now we have some problems also. Let us have it is find dy by dx. This is recall from the first year. Find dy by dx. Number y is equal to it is 4 sin x minus 3 tan x plus 5. Now dy by dx, differentiating with respect to x. Now see to this function, 4 is a constant which is in product with the sin x. So it should, by the formula, it should be kept as it is. And differentiation of sin x will be cos x, we know that. Again minus 3 also a constant, tan sec square, and differentiation of independent constant is 0. So the derivative is given by 4 cos x minus 3 sec square. Now you see y is equal to it is 4x cube minus 3x square plus 1 by x plus it is root x. This is the function we have to find out the dy by dx. For this, now it is not ready, it is not the ready for differentiation form. First we have to make it in the standard form. We can write this as x raised to n, x raised to minus 3. And here minus 3 into x raised to minus 2. 1 by x plus it is root x. dy by dx. Now this function is in product constant as it is, x raised to n and x raised to n minus 1, minus 3 minus 1. It is x raised to n, x raised to n minus 1, minus 3 minus 1 minus 4. Similarly, here also minus 3 minus 2 x raised to minus 2 minus 1, and differentiation of 1 by x is minus 1 by x square. Differentiation of root x is 1 by 2 root x, or we can write it is minus 12 x raised to minus 4 plus 6 x raised to minus 3 minus 1 by x square plus 1 by 2 root x, or we can write this as minus 12 by x raised to 4, 6 by x cube minus 1 by x square plus 1 by 2 root x is the required derivative for this system. Y is equal to 4x cube plus it is 7x square minus it is 12x plus 9. We have to find out dy by dx. Look here, dy by dx, it is 4 is a constant, it should be kept as it is, and x raised to n and x raised to n minus 1, differentiation of x cube. Again, here you see 7 x raised to n and x raised to 2 minus 1 is 1, and plus 12, differentiation of x is 1 and differentiation of 9 is independent constant is 0. Now after practice directly you can multiply and add down, that is 12x square plus it is 14x plus 12 is the required differentiation. You see here it is y is equal to 3 e raised to x plus 5 log x plus it is 7 a raised to x. Now differentiate dy by dx. 3 should be kept as it is because it is in the product of the function. Differentiation of e raised to x is e raised to x plus it is 5 into differentiation of log x 1 by x, 7 differentiation of a raised to x, it is log a. That is the required answer for this. Y is equal to 3 root x into tan x. We have to find out the derivative of this. Now if you look to this, here it is a product rule. the 3 root x is one function, tan x is one function, there is a product sign between them. So we should apply product rule. dy by dx, first function as it is, differentiation of tan is sec square x, plus second function tan x as it is, differentiation of this x. 3 is a constant, differentiation of root x is 1 by 2 root x. Or we can write in a simplified form as 3 root x into sec square x plus 3 tan x divided by 2 root x is the answer. Let us have one more problem. It is root x minus 1 by x into it is 3x square minus. Again you can see these two brackets are in product. We should apply product rule for that. dy by dx, that is first function as it is, differentiation of this. You know 3 into 2x, that is 6x. Differentiation of 1 is 0. Plus second function as it is, differentiation of this bracket. Differentiation of root x is 1 by 2 root x minus differentiation of 1 by x is minus 1 by x, minus of minus plus it is 1 by x, that is the derivative for this. This is using the product. Now y is equal to 3e raised to x into log x plus 5, it is root x sin x plus it is 9. We have to differentiate with respect to x. Now look here. We start differentiating. If you move to this, here this is a product rule. 3e raised to x is u and log x is v. So first function as it is, differentiation of log x 1 by x. Second function as it is, differentiation of 3 as it is, 3e raised to x log x. Again differentiation, it is over. Again if you move to this, again there is a product rule. For this you see here, first function as it is, differentiation of sin x cos x plus sin x as it is, differentiation of 5e raised to x. 5 is a constant, differentiation of root x is 1 by 2 root x. Differentiation of a constant, that is 9 is 0 here. So here it is, you can see here y is equal to ax square plus bx plus c, it is px plus q, where a, b, c, p, q are all constant. At that time you see here dy by dx is equal to product rule, first function as it is, derivative of this p into differentiation of x is 1, p into 1 is p, differentiation of independent constant q is 0. So this is p only. Second function as it is. Now we have to differentiate this bracket. A is a constant, the x square is 2x, that is 2ax. And b into 1 is b, c is 0, that is the required derivative of the product. Let's solve some problem based on the quotient. So here y is equal to, it is sin x, 3 sin x by it is root x. Now see, so it is u, it is v form. So carefully you will understand here, y is equal to u by v, then dy by dx is equal to v square, v, then derivative of numerator, minus u as it is, derivative of denominator. Look here, the same rule we apply here. This is our u, it is our v. dy by dx, we write down, it is root x square, v square in the denominator. In the numerator, v as it is, differentiation of u, 3 cos x, minus u as it is, 3 sin x as it is, differentiation of u, that is root x, that is 1 by root x. After simplification, whatever value we get, we have to simplify and write down the answer. but the application of the, we are dealing only with the application of this quotient rule. Let us take one more problem here. It is ax plus b by it is cx square plus it is d. Now dy by dx, that is equal to here. Again we apply the quotient rule here. And here we write x square plus d, derivative of numerator a into 1, that is a only, b is 0. So this is as it is. Now u as it is, ax plus b, derivative of this, that is c is constant, derivative of x square is 2x, b is 0. And after the simplifying, we get the answer for this. This is the application of the quotient, so this rule. And now after that we have the chain rule, different derivative of the composite function and all that we will discuss in the next class.